Right boys, welcome back to a random video. Today we are on Peru Carver SX by PG Tracks. This is his first ever track release, but I thought it'd be a good time to sort of try out these bikes on Supercross. This is on the new OEMs. It's the Husqvarna 450 with a Honda model swap. Your model swaps and everything will stay the same as no models have been changed, so anything that worked on your previous bikes will all work on this basically. Same with sound mods as well, none of that's changed. This is my second time recording this, which is really annoying. I just went to edit it and my mic wasn't on because I was doing some like TikTok stuff earlier, so my mic wasn't on. So that's really annoying. So I've got to sit here and redo it all again, and that one was actually okay. You know, it was a decent recording. But yeah, we're just going to be trying out these bikes on Supercross. If you want to be coached by someone that podiumed at the first ever MX Plus Land event, then click the MXP Coach link in the description and book a one-on-one session with me now. Back to the video. I kind of like that the bike slowed the game down a little bit. I don't like the fact that people could just sort of lean back everywhere and just like hold R2 literally everywhere. So I kind of like there's a bit more technical aspects to the game now. Obviously it's a simulator at the end of the day. So yeah, I do want to, you want it to be as realistic as possible. Shout out Dashpack as well. He has made these Alpine-Star Tech 10s have a dirt layer on them now. So it is on mods. They are on mods with the update. So yeah, if you guys want boots that get dirty, like I do, I don't know why, but I just like stuff that gets dirty. I like gear, helmet, boots, everything getting dirty. So yeah, shout out Dashback for doing that. It is on mods if you guys do want some boots that get dirty. If not, you can keep them as they are. You have the options between them both. And yeah, there are a private model of these boots, so I believe Dashback just kind of recreated them and made them public, so everyone can use them, which is good. So W Dashback, all of our models by AJP are from Dashback as well. Dashback does so much for the AJP team. There's models made by him, we've got a Triumph model made by him, a Husky one, Beta, Fantic, Yamaha, KTM. I think we literally have like almost all of the bikes with a model on by Dashback. So if you guys do want to get some models, definitely hit up Dashback. And yeah, he's got a bunch of free ones on MSU mods. But yeah, I think I say this pretty much every single time the new OEMs come out. But as of right now, there is no meta bike. I'm liking the Husky. I'm kind of really enjoying the Husky at the minute. Don't have any complaints about it really. I saw that yesterday or day before, as you guys see the day before, Lynn did a stream and he was enjoying the KX450. I'm yet to try the KX450. Obviously I've tried it, did like 2 laps or whatever it was on Baja on my previous video. But I'm yet to properly give it a go, properly try it. So I might have to try that off camera at some point, just to see what that's like. And yeah, I was doing some follow-ups yesterday on the bikes. I was using my previous bike setup, the skill setup that I was using all through outdoors. And I don't know why, I wasn't really gelling with it. The race was on Unadilla, whether that's just a track that I was struggling on, I don't know. But yeah, I went back to the default setup, the stock setup, and it actually feels good. The stock setup actually feels really good in this. I'm just going to try and work with what I have. So I'm going to try and just work from the stock setup and just make little changes that I want to change really. A few little tips as well for you on the flat corners or anything, or like just corners in general really. If you lean forwards, it gives you a bit more rear traction. I don't really know how that works, but it does. Bowl corners are always going to be hard, but I mean they're meant to be as Supercross at the end of the day. But yeah, I feel like everyone just needs to kind of get used to these bikes. I had a little look through the feedback channel, and let's just say not everyone is pleased with the bikes, but that always happens when new OEMs come out. I feel like everyone just needs to get used to them a bit and just give them a bit of time. I feel like as soon as you're used to the bikes, it'll be a lot better. There's a few little things that you just really need to get used to. And yeah, just get really good at throttle control, and body weight and everything actually means something now as well, so that's another change that people will get used to. There's different traction on the center of the tire to the outside of the tire, I think. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how it is. So corners are a bit slower, straight line speed is the same. But yeah, I just feel like slowing the game down is going to really help in the long run. I do kind of like that. I feel like the game was getting way too quick, and it was just getting way too, not unrealistic, I don't think is the word, but it was coming way too easy to just go wide open absolutely everywhere on a 450. A really good example is if you watch the OzSX, Dean Wilson has done a GoPro video on the OzSX YouTube, I think it is. He's done a GoPro video, and if you watch that, on the flat corners, he is barely on the throttle at all, like at all, and he's on the Honda 450. But if you use that for comparison, obviously there's only like an extent you can do it with a game. But if you kind of use it as a comparison to how much you're on the throttle and then watch his and he's barely even touching the throttle at all, I can see the direction that the OEM teams are taking. Obviously, I'm just a tester, so I don't go down the direction of actually changing anything myself. We're just sort of, you know, we give our feedback, they update it, we give our feedback again on that, they update it until it gets good and, you know, everyone kind of likes it. So that's pretty much all I do as a tester, really, is just try the stuff that's been updated. But I feel like we've got the bikes in a good spot. I feel like everyone just needs to give them time. It's quite a big change from what we had on the current bikes. I keep saying current because obviously they only come out like 2 days ago. But yeah, on the previous bikes, they're a big change compared to them. So I feel like everyone just needs to give them a bit of time. I've been on them for, well, not these exact bikes, but like the release kind of ones for like 3 days. So I've got a few hours on these bikes. I haven't like sweated them or anything like that because obviously I wasn't able to do pub lobbies. It's just testings because obviously no one else had the bikes. So yeah, I wasn't like on them 24/7. I was swapping between them. But the hours I did have on them release bikes, like a few days before they come out, yeah, I'm not like having too many major issues now. I feel like I'm kind of getting there. It's just that muscle memory they need to get. Like every now and then when you hop on the game, if you hop off for like an hour or whatever, or get on in the morning, it feels weird for like a lap. But then I feel like I'm kind of right back used to it again after that. I did a little bit of Supercross. Good example is the SIRO test track by Austin Crank. He done a really good job of that. That was made for the preview bikes, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it works really well with these bikes. But the flat corners are really, really difficult. And I'm not sure, I feel like this year Somewhere is going to do a lot more ruts than what we've had before, because ruts are really, really important on these bikes. I don't really notice any issues with the ruts. I feel like ruts are really, really good now. So I think Supercross will most likely have a few more ruts this year, which I'm not complaining. I think that'll make it actually a lot easier than what we had before. I feel like the hardest part now is flat corners, which, as it should, 450s have a lot of power underneath them. And I feel like flat corners, you know, you're meant to be sliding out a little bit. So yeah, I feel like everyone needs to give them time. I feel like in about a week, everyone would kind of be okay with them. Like I said, I've been on them for about 3 days now, 4 days or so. And yeah, like I said, I'm not really having any major issues now. It's just that muscle memory part that I need to start getting clicked. Obviously, I've got how many hours do I have now? Nearly 4,000 hours, I think it is, like 3,500, something like that. I can't actually remember how many hours I've got. But yeah, I think I'm nearly on 4,000 hours, something like that. So yeah, I've got a lot of hours in this game, and we normally do about a year on each bike, so I'm kind of comfortable with the change. There's always changes every single year, but I'm just glad that we've got about a month to get used to them now. As was it when Yami was meta, they released in about 3 hours before the pre-race thing, before the pre-season race, which I never will understand why they did that. I don't know whose idea that was to do that. Must have been a mistake, surely, because there's no way they wanted to release it like 3 hours before a preview race or before like the pre-race for Supercross season. So that was very odd. But yeah, we've got a month or just under a month now until SMX, so I feel like we've got plenty of time to get used to the bikes, plenty of time to fiddle with setups, change things around, change what you want to change. But yeah, I feel like this guy's done a very, very good job on this track. For a first ever track, very, very flowy, very simple, but very, very flowy. I'm not sure if they're made for the new OEMs. This was released yesterday, or, well, as you guys see in this was released on Bike Release. I'm pretty sure this track came out. So I'm not sure if it was made for these bikes, but whatever he's sort of based it off of, whether he's ridden them on the previews or if he did them on the last bikes, he's done a very, very good job on this track for a first track as well. I feel like the standard is so high for first tracks now. It's a very, very simple track, so if you do want to learn some Supercross, or if you just do what I'm doing, is trying to get used to these bikes on Supercross, then definitely would recommend this track. Very, very fun, very, very flowy. But yeah, main words for Supercross, I feel good. I feel like they're going to be good. I like that it slowed them down a bit, and yeah, biggest thing is just give them time. You know, you've got hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of hours on the last bikes. So yeah, definitely give these some time, and I feel like once you sort of, you know, got to the mindset of you don't need to be wide open everywhere, you can just be really smooth and just be easy on the throttle, easy on the lean in, counter lean, everything like that. I feel like the quicker you sort of understand that the game isn't as quick as what it was a few days ago, that's when you'll start gonna, like, you know, you're gonna start noticing some progress. But yeah, game is slower. So those of you that feel really bad at the minute or feel really slow at the minute, everyone's in the same boat. The game is slower now. So yeah, those of you that just, you know, hop on, feel really bad at the game because you don't, you know, you're nowhere near your old lap times. Like, the game is slower now, so don't expect to be getting anywhere near the lap times you were getting before. But yeah, I think that will do it from me. If you guys do want to get this track, it is completely free on MXC Mods. Very, very good first track release as well. But yeah, appreciate you guys watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace. Oh.